Guys, this is going to be a short video on using the nominal power formula to solve for back curves. So let's get started. First, let's look at what we're given. We're given the nominal base curve, so it's the front base curve, and we're given the prescription. And then from that, we're going to determine what our back curves are. And in order to do that, we use the nominal power formula. So the first step is we're going to draw out a series of RRX crosses, because the nominal power formula that we have is the front plus the back equals the power. All right, and this is the RX power, and this is the front base curve. So what we're being asked is, what's the back curve? So we'll draw out the series of optical crosses, front plus the back equals the power. And then we're going to fill in this information that we're given. We're given our nominal power, so that's our front curve is a +4. And that is a sphere power. There's only one curve there, so this other meridian is also +4. We're also given the RX, and we're going to need to put that on this final lens cross power here. So we have a -2 at 90, and then as we go a -1 more, then we end up with a -3. And right now for this particular question, we won't need to know what the other meridian is, but we can easily see that it's 180. All right, so now we're at the second part where we're going to try to figure out what are these two curves here. And because I have two different powers here, it's not a spherical prescription that we have that cylinder in here, then I'm going to need to have one curve and another curve, and they can't be the same because the math won't work out. So then we just kind of hop across, and we're going to fill in each one of these. So +4 plus what is going to give me -2. -6. So +4 -6 equals -2. And then for this one, +4 plus what is going to give me -3. -7, right? So another thing, if you look, we had a cylinder value in the prescription of -1, right? -1. The difference between these two is also going to be equal to that -1. So it's another way to check yourself as we go. So now what? Now I have the back curves done, and I need to know how to write those out in the format. In the worksheet, it says back curves equal, and then you need to answer in your answer. And the format that we're supposed to use is the one curve / another curve. And what that translates to is the toric base curve / cross curve. Also can be thought of as the sphere curve and the cylinder curve. These are the ones that make up these particular ones, and these all translate right back to each other. So we have our back curve equals what? So the two curves that we found here were -6 and a -7. So we're going to write those down, and how we're going to do it, we're going to write them as the toric base curve and the cross curve. And until you realize that, you can think of them as the sphere curve and the cylinder curve. So which one of these values, if we look at our ultimate prescription here, and we were moving in a minus cylinder direction, so which one of these would be equal to the sphere and which one was equal to the cyl? And if you said right, looking back here, we got a -2, so this is my sphere power, and this is where my cylinder power comes up, right? And this is the value in the RX. So when you take this, which number gave us the -2? Which of these two powers on the back surface was the one that gave us this -2 in this meridian? It was the -6, right? So that is going to become our toric base curve because it's also our sphere curve. So we're going to write that one in the first block here. And we would write -6 slash, then we write the other one, -7. But why did we choose -7? Because if you look at the -7, the -7 gave us the -3 power, which was our cylinder value. And so that still fulfills this cross curve, which is also the sill curve. And so now those orders make more sense to you. Likewise, when we go from the first to the second number, we went on a number line. If we were at -6 and we went to a -7, then we went -1, right? And that was our cylinder value in the RX. That was that value that was in the RX, which was up here. So this 1 matches this 1, which ultimately matches this 1. All right, so any of those questions for number 7, this is kind of how you're going to do them. You'll sit down, you'll write out what you're given, which is the front curve and the RX, and then you're going to be solving for the back curves. That's this guy in the center. So you'll fill in the information that you're given for your front curve and for your prescription, and then you'll solve for these by doing that math right across. Then when you take those off of the cross, you want to make sure that you take them so that this cylinder value, all of the cylinder values all stay in the same cylinder form. And that way you're always going to be safe. And then you'll write your final answer out. All right. Hope this video was helpful. Thanks for watching.